If you are using LLCs, whether that be for a business venture or to hold title to real estate, you need to have an operating agreement, even if you are the only member in that LLC. One of the benefits of using an LLC and why a lot of people do use them is to avoid probate upon the death of the owner. Avoiding probate just means that the assets of the LLC can pass automatically to designated heirs without having to go through the legal probate process that takes a long time and costs a lot of money. So that's a very nice benefit of using an LLC in the event something happens to the owner. However, if you do not have an operating agreement designating who is going to receive the assets of the LLC upon the death of the owner, an LLC will not avoid probate. So if you're here in Florida, you went on to Sunbiz, you clicked a few buttons and created your LLC, and you think you're legally protected and you think you're avoiding probate, you're not. You need the operating agreement because you have to designate who is going to take over those assets, or you're going to have to go to probate court so the probate court can determine who's going to take over those assets. So LLCs can be a great tool. They can provide you with liability protection or asset protection. They can allow you to avoid probate or your heirs to avoid probate upon your death. However, you need to be using an operating agreement with them. And what I find is if it's a single member LLC, meaning you're the only owner, or the LLC is owned by a husband and wife or a romantic couple, they're typically not using operating agreements, and that's a big mistake. Let me know what questions you have in the comments. Bye.